Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chad with CD Shave, and thank you very much for joining me for a long overdue video. A couple things to tend to today, so let's get right into it. Today we are doing a face shave, and we've got a soap review to do and an aftershave. Before we get into that, let's get into the holiday of the day. Today is National Love Your Ferret Day. I'm not loving my ferret because I don't have a ferret. Those things stink. I'm not a big fan of them, and they steal things. So I'm all set. You got a ferret, love your ferret, enjoy National Ferret Day. Boom, there it is, out the way for the holiday. Now, let's talk about another thing here. Today is the first video that I'm doing after my break of 1,000 subscribers. I woke up this morning to see that on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm going to be doing a giveaway in honor of the broken record for myself to over 1,000 subscribers. I believe it's 1,001. Anyway, thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting me and supporting my channel. I'm going to be getting into a couple more reviews. I got some stuff lined up, ready to go. And I also have a giveaway I'm going to be doing very soon, so be on the lookout for that. So if you haven't subscribed, now's the time to do that. That way you get, and make sure you hit the bell so you get a notification, and that, so on and so forth. But I will talk about that later on in the video. Let's get into the shave. What are we reviewing today? Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you may not have seen, I haven't seen this pop up too much, but I'm surprised. But it's pronounced Qij Chuch. Qij Chuch, I believe. That is Klingon. Yeah. If those of you who are familiar with Star Trek, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, Google it. So, this is Klingon language. It stands for black ice. Why would Douglas Smythe over at PhoenixShaving.com call his product black ice? Well, because it's based off of these little babies right here. These are car fresheners, and they actually smell like cologne. It is not an actual cologne. This is not based off of a cologne. It's just something that they came up with. The company came up with years ago when they made these for the first time, and they are very, very popular. They do smell a lot like a cologne, and these are great for your car if you are a guy, in my opinion, or anybody for that matter, but especially if you're a guy and you're looking for a cologne-based car freshener, this thing rocks. Now, it's not really about the car fresheners. It is about the soap. And I have that soap that was soaking right there. As you can see, it's rather smooth for being a new soap. That's because I've used it for a couple of weeks. I actually used it for a week, and then I stopped using it, used something else, and then I used it again for another week after that. I've gone right into it. I really, really like it. Very, very happy with the performance. The CK6 formula is fantastic. It's something that I haven't had too much experience with until I really delved into this, and I gotta say, I get some fantastic shaves out of it every single time. I really like it. This is the bottle that the aftershave comes in. I like the bottle specifically because it's got these ridges on the side. I tend to be a little bit butterfingers when I'm around like shaving stuff, which is why I have an Allen block. And this I do like. I like these grips on the side. It's good for that. I've almost dropped a couple of these. Specifically, Razor Rock's one of them. They're very, very smooth on the side. They're like a flask. And I've almost dropped theirs and a couple other companies. But either way, I really like the design of this, how they've got this on the side. I also like the cap. If you notice, it's cut these divots on the side as well. It's not quite flat. Sometimes I put it down on the counter, and I don't always put it down on its top or its end. I'll lay it on its side, and it doesn't roll off the counter. For some reason, my sink is, well, not level. So things roll off of it, and that's one of them. If I happen to knock the cap on its side, it rolls away, but that keeps it from doing that. So I like the design of that bottle. I'm pretty happy with it, and I actually am looking forward to making some more purchases. So let's get into the rest of the gear. We're going with a synthetic knot today, right here. This is a handle that was turned by Leo Frilo, and that's what I'm going with. I believe this is a 24 millimeter knot. Not too big, just enough to do the job. And we're not going to really complicate things too much here. We're just going with a gold dollar straight razor here. This purple scales. I happen to like this thing. I've been using it quite a bit on my face for the last couple of months, and it's been doing me quite well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the gear. That's the soap we're reviewing today. While we're getting our soap loaded up in our brush, take a look at this.
Many of the product offerings at PhoenixShaving.com have a space or alien theme to them. This one is no different. Qij Chuch, which is Klingon for black ice, is a quasi-cologne-based shave soap. Klingon, being of course a fictional race from the Star Trek universe, makes Qij Chuch right on par for the name of the nostalgically familiar release. Black ice, a naturally occurring weather-related event that us New Englanders are far too familiar with, is also the name of one of the most popular motor vehicle air fresheners for guys. Douglas Smythe over at PAA created this frequently requested scent based on the well-known Little Trees air freshener made just for cars with guys in mind. Surprisingly enough, this did not start out as a wearable scent. It was made specifically for the interior of a car. You're 16 years old. You get your first set of wheels, and the first thing you do after filling up the gas tank, of course, is get yourself an air freshener. And no guy wants their car to smell like flowers, so we reach to a cologne-based odor neutralizer. It had become so popular that a lot of customers over the years have made comments about wanting it as a cologne. After killing it with nailing the scent, Douglas topped it all off by releasing it in his ever-popular CK6 formula. The vegan-based shave soap comes in a 5-ounce plastic container with a screw-top lid and a waterproof label. The matching aftershave cologne comes in a 3.5-ounce glass bottle with a reducer. Both are currently available in a bundle deal for $44.95, or the shave soap itself can be purchased individually for $24.95, all at phoenixshaving.com. The scent profile on this is pretty simple. Orange, pine, citrus, violet, lavender, jasmine, sandalwood, and musk. My take on it? It smells exactly like the car freshener. Perfect. And it indeed reminds me of being 16 years old in my first car, and of course, who could forget my first speeding ticket.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. As you can see, this is loaded way too much, but I don't care. I really love the smell of this. This stuff smells awesome. And I've loaded the heck out of this brush. It's all in there, all in the bristles. We cleaned out the puck, and that's what it looks like afterwards. As far as the scent strength is concerned, it gets stronger once you load it, which might be no surprise, but to some soaps don't do that. This one does. I consider the scent strength, as far as I was to give it a rating between 1 through 10, I'd probably give it a 6. I mean, it's pretty strong. But again, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a cologne. This, however, is a little bit different. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So, here we go. We got our soap all loaded up, ready to go. Let's go ahead and get into this shave, and we'll see you guys in the post-shave and talk about our comments afterwards. you can see, the shave has been completed. All my passes are done. Fantastic. Let's get into the post-shave. A little bit of witch hazel. There. Throw that on there, let that sit for a minute while we talk about post-shave. As far as the scent strength is concerned, it remained high throughout the entire shave. I was pretty impressed with that. I like it, and I like the, as we talked about the scent earlier, I do like it anyway. So there's no complaints there. CK6 formula, definitely slick. If you guys want to try one of his soaps and you haven't yet, I would strongly suggest getting something in that formula. Any really scent that you happen to even remotely think would be nice. Just grab it, try it, you'll really like it, in my opinion. I think the vegan formula is fantastic on this. So I have no complaints at all. Like I said, I've been shaving with this for a couple of weeks. In total, and the post-shave on it is totally on par for me. I don't have any problems afterwards. Some people complain of certain soaps drying out or drying their faces out afterwards, or the post-shave just wasn't there, or they got the irritation. I didn't have anything on this at all. I have a couple of soaps by PA, and I have and Crown King for that matter. They're both under PhoenixShaving.com, but I have no problems with either one of those soaps. So, get into the aftershave. As far as this is concerned, it has a slightly stronger scent than that of the soap, but it is an aftershave / cologne, so we expect that. The scent on it lasts about 4 hours, maybe a little longer. I think it probably depends on your day, what you're doing, your level of activity. I notice if I do things that cause me, like if I'm doing yard work or I'm working out, this stuff tends to really smell, obviously, because the heat sets it off, but it wears off a little bit faster. But if I really want to, just throw it back on again. But the scent is right on par with the soap. It matches it perfectly, and I know that sounds, like I've said before in some of my other videos, it kind of sounds like a duh thing, but not all aftershaves, in my opinion, match the soaps dead nuts. This particular one does. So it's right on. It's just a little bit stronger scented than the soap. They go together perfectly. I definitely would grab this if you like cologne scents and you really want to try his formula and you haven't yet. I'd grab this one. A little tough to say. You got to speak Klingon, but that's okay. We'll get through it. All right, so that is the shave, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. As I said, we have passed 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be doing a giveaway soon, so make sure when you subscribe, you knock that bell. And those of you that have subscribed, if you haven't hit that bell, do that. That way you get a notification every time we do a new video here at CV Shaving, and you don't miss the giveaway. Folks, I am Chad. Thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't shaved and you do shave, have great shaves, have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you guys and girls in the next video.